Okay, so let's begin, kindergartners, with just a piece of paper. White paper is fine, and a pencil. And you really want to draw with pencil because if you make a mistake, you can fix it. One thing nice about doing these directive drawings videos, you can pause them anytime you need to. So if I'm going fast, you can slow me down and pause until you get caught up with the drawing. You can really look at what I'm doing each time. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm drawing upside down until I can figure out how to change the camera so that it flips around, and I'm going to draw upside down, so it might not be pretty. Okay? All right, so let's begin by, let me see if I can zoom in a little bit more. How's that? You see that a little better? All right, so let's begin by making a large, inside our paper here, a large U shape. For me, it kind of looked like a mountain, but for you, it looks like a U. And I'm going to close the U by drawing a line across here. All right. Now, Paul Klee made his cat. It was a dream, so he wanted his cat to look like a dream, not realistic, like a cat would, but enough that you knew that it was a cat. I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to go down. I'm going to find the middle of the U. I'm going to go down about halfway of my finger's length, and I'm going to put a little dot right there. Okay. And that's going to be my reference. That's going to be the point where I center everything, or I always go back to that dot. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go into the corner over here, and you can pick which corner you want to do because you're going to do both. And I am going to make a curved line to the dot. Okay. And then I will go over to this corner and make a curved line to the dot. That one was almost straight, but curved, straight. There we go. All right, so I might want to color that in. All right, so from here, I'm going to make the eyes, and I'm going to start by making curved lines that kind of look like a big smiley face. Okay? I'm going to do one on each side, a big smile, right? And then I'm going to cap them off. So I'm going to do the same thing at the top. All right? And so I'm going to put an oval shape, a circle right in there for the eye, and another shape on this side for the eye. Cat has big green eyes in his painting. All right, then right in here, this spot right here, I'm going to make a nice, long, skinny triangle. Triangles have 3 sides, so I want to go down, and I want to go down, and then I'm going to close it up. Okay. And the tip of Cat's nose is a heart. So right underneath this line, I'm going to make a heart shape. Okay. And then we'll put in the mouth. And it goes curved that way, and it goes curved that way. Okay? So Cat has some really nice whiskers, and they come out from the heart there, you can see. So let's make some nice whisker lines for Cat. I'm kind of drawing upside down, I said. So And then at the bottom here, I'm going to make a rectangle shape, okay, like this. And that's cat, okay? So one thing that Paul Klee did in all of his paintings is the background of whatever image that he was painting was pretty much geometric shapes. Some of them were rectangles, some of them were squares. It was a very like fantasy kind of thing because he wanted it to make it feel dreamlike. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide off the paper into sections of shapes, okay, the background, and some of them can be skinny, some of them could be long and tall, short. You see what I'm doing? I'm just kind of dividing off the background into rectangles and squares. Okay. So, oops, that one got a little curvy. So I'd probably straighten that up a little bit. And see, you can make these kind of mistakes that I've made and come back and fix them. It's not a big deal. Art is very simple. It doesn't have to be hard and complicated. All right, so that's going to be our picture of cat. Okay, all right, so cat is a very, let's go back to the picture here. Cat is a lot of oranges and reds, the warm colors that we talked about in previous lessons, a lot of warm colors, oranges and reds and yellows, with just a few places where they were green for cool colors. Oh, I forgot to put bird in there. Let's get bird in here. Can't forget bird. I'm sorry. All right, so bird is really, let's see. He's kind of like one of these. You know what I mean? And then he has a nice little head. And then this birds in the memory here. All right. Next, I'm going to go to my crayons. And again, I'm going to pull out the warm colors. I'm going to start with the warm colors of red and orange and yellow. All right. Red, orange, and yellow. And then I'm just going to start coloring all my shapes around the outside. I'm just going to pick the ones that I want to be yellow, and then I'll go in and I'll pick the ones I want to be orange. It's really hard to stay inside your lines. You made these beautiful shapes. You should try to fill them in nicely and color them nicely. All right. For me, when I'm drawing and I'm trying to fill in shapes and deciding where I want colors and what colors I want things to be, I'm kind of all over the paper. I don't start in the middle and work my way out, which sometimes would be best because then you don't get it on your hands. But I have a tendency to work in different places around the paper and let the whole thing come together at once instead of starting in one spot and working. But you do how you want. Crap. You do how you want. Okay. And we'll fill it in. And this is supposed to be dreamlike, so it doesn't have to be beautiful. It can be light in some places and dark in others. Maybe I'll go really dark orange here on this side. I'm kind of pressing a little hard on my crayons. I hope I don't break them, but if I do, that's okay, because you know what? Crayons work just as good broken as they do big, large. Okay, but then maybe I might make a light orange over here and down here, not as dark. Okay. Not as dark. And then, you know what? I kind of feel like I want to work on the eyes a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put some of that green in there where his eyes are really nice and green. Kind of inspiring me to do so. Yeah, there we go. All right, and I'm going to color bird red, this part of bird. Color him a little bit. But you know what? Sometimes you might want to put different colors on top of it. As long as you use the same colors, you can put one color on top of the other. It's okay. I kind of like that too. Right? You know, sometimes anything goes. Let's take my yellow and work nice and light in here on the eyes, around him. My pencil that I drew with is a very dark lead that my crayons are kind of smearing it a little bit, and that's a little annoying, but hey, let's give him some cheek color, maybe some red, some yellow, orange, you know. And see, the nice thing about this is you can just stop me, and you can stop me, and look, I can even go lighter, still have the orange color that I want, and go lighter around it. Put some orange in here. What do you say? All right, well, you can color Cat how you want. He's your version of Clay's cat. So, you know, if you want him to look, you know, perfect, and then you can. Okay, I'm gonna make that red and that red. And let's see, I'm gonna start with yellow right here on the nose, and just kind of color over it to get the color I want. I'm not real happy with the smearing that I'm getting. It's okay. It's okay. Let's make this up here yellow. Just a little bit of orange here and there. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you have to color like I do. Color however you want, whatever makes you happy. But you should see how other artists color, and maybe you'll like it, maybe you won't. Okay, I do have a tendency to hold my crayons this way, Sometimes I color this way, and then sometimes I color like this. It all depends on how comfortable I am in what I'm doing. And since I'm coloring and I am drawing upside down today, it's a little odd to me, but I kind of like it. I kind of like what's going on here. Let's see. And I'm going to go down and I'm going to go ahead and fill that in. And I'm going to fill this in, but I'm going to put some red on top of it, I think. Yeah, maybe some orange. Some orange in here. You know, it's okay to talk to yourself when you're drawing too. Sometimes I need to hear what I'm thinking, and sometimes I change my mind halfway through. Like, you know, you don't want anybody to think you're crazy either. So I need some more red up here. I like my cat. I like my cat here. Put some more red in there. Maybe some red on his cheeks. This cheek bothers me, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to color some orange over top of it. Kind of. Maybe some yellow. Okay. Does that make sense? Alright, well, let's don't forget his neck. Where'd my orange go? Let's not forget his neck. Kind of doing that a little on the sloppy side, I'm sorry. So I'm going to put some red in it too. Just a little red here. Okay, on top of my orange. Then I'm just going to go in and finish off my squares. Alright, so this is my version of Cat and Bird, and I can't wait to see yours. Don't forget to submit. Okay, thanks.